Hello and welcome. This is Tech of Stack 82. This is my first video. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this channel, but I figured I might as well start with giving a review of my latest airsoft related purchase. It is an LED flashlight / video recorder that I got off of Hobbypartz.com. So we'll start with the review. Here's the box that the flashlight came in. Excuse the mess on my table. I'm in the middle of repairing an airsoft gun. Fairly self-explanatory on the front. Turn it over. I don't know if you'll be able to read any of this or not, but it's in very broken English. Most of it's fairly decipherable, not too hard to understand. The information on Hobbypartz.com is pretty much gives you most of the information you need. They have a video review of this as well, pretty self-explanatory. As you can see there, tanking photos. Like I said, pretty broken English, but I got it off of Hobbypartz.com for $22, so can't really beat that. Here's all the stuff that comes inside. You've got a suction cup that is a really cool design. You push this down, that makes it more concave and supposedly stick to stuff, but I haven't found a single thing in this entire house that it will stick to, so it's junk. The charger has an adapter for the USB, of course the USB cable to go into the charger, and then the micro part to go into the actual flashlight itself, and it also works for going to the computer, so that's a bonus. This little stand here attaches to this, and that holds onto the flashlight, and that's supposed to go into the suction cup, but that doesn't work very well, so you might be able to just use it as a base if you sit on something fairly flat, or the rubber on the suction cup might actually be able to hold it on somewhat of a slanted surface, but it won't stick to a wall at all. I mean, it won't stick to anything. It won't even stick to a mirror. So yeah, it's pretty much a piece of junk. Then you got this thing, which you can mount to like your bicycle or anything else that you can fit in this part, and I imagine the flashlight's supposed to go into here. Might not be too bad for a bicycle or anything that you can find to mount this to. I mean, if you had a hugely massive barrel or something, you might be able to mount it to it, but that's a lot hanging off of your gun. But the instructions are practically indecipherable broken English. I mean, I've read through this 4 or 5 times, and I think I kind of understand what they're saying, but it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Figured it out pretty much. I mean, I can get the thing to work, so that's not a problem. Here's the flashlight itself. So I had a Weaver mount 1-inch scope mount sitting in my gun safe that I went ahead and stuck on here, and as you can tell, it doesn't exactly fit perfectly, but it fits well enough that it'll hold it. I prefer mounting flashlights and the such under my gun. I don't like mounting off to the side or on top or anything like that. I like underneath, so that's why this is mounted this way. As long as you orientate the buttons to the top, it's fine. It'll get the screen. Here's one potential problem. There is absolutely no screen on this. There's no plastic covering it or anything over the camera. The camera is just exposed to everything. At $22, you can't really complain too much. I went ahead and got 2 of them. If one breaks or I need a backup, $22, you really can't complain about much. Okay. On the back here, I'm trying to do all this one-handed. This is very smooth. It works really well. on the back here. You can see the micro SD card and the port for the USB, and I think that's a reset button on the back there. Yeah, I think that's a reset button. Fairly easy to get to. This holds up to 16 gigs. When I first plugged this in to charge it, like I said, I couldn't understand the instructions worth a damn. But when I first plugged it in to charge it, the lights were going, and the best I could figure is it was charging. I knew it was charging, but what I didn't realize was that it started recording as soon as I started charging it. So this thing charged and recorded all night. It records up to 5 minutes, then saves, and then records another 5 minutes. I don't know how much of a gap there is in the video between, you know, the 5-minute segments, but I'll figure that out later. I'm sure I'll have more videos about this as I use it for airsoft and such. It'll record. It recorded about 16 hours with a 16 gig micro SD card. Like I said, in 5-minute increments. Because I wasn't actually recording it the whole time, I don't know how much of a gap there was between the recordings. The light is fairly self-explanatory. It's this top button right here. As you can tell, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not like, you know, a professional grade flashlight or anything like that, but you know, if you had this mounted on your gun, you're doing CQB and you're in a dark area and you absolutely needed the flashlight, it would work. It would do the job. You're not gonna like blind somebody with it and make it so they can't see you, but it'll do the job. Basic function: you push this button, see the blue light comes on and the red light comes on. That tells you it's running. Power's on. Unit's ready for picture taking or video. To record video, you push the middle button again. Just touch it, and it should. There we go. Okay. That slow blink right there says it's recording video. To stop it again, you just push it. Yep, then it gives 3 quick blue blinks, and that tells you it's done recording and ready to go on to whatever else you want. This bottom one here is supposedly taking a picture. Yep, I took the picture. The video resolution really isn't too high. Oh, to turn it off, just hold the same power button for over 3 seconds, then let go. Red light goes off, power's off. So you don't have to have the power on for the flashlight, but of course you do have to have the power on for the video and picture taking. Yeah, I'm not used to doing this one-handed yet. The screen resolution I think is 7. Yeah, I don't know if you can read that. It's 720 by 480. Supposedly the frame rate is 30 frames per second, but when I recorded a short video a while ago, I saw a lot of frame dragging and nastiness to it. But for $22, I can't really complain too much. I am going to probably try and record a few videos with it and include it in this video. Alright, so this is video being recorded with the LED flashlight camcorder. I think I've got it fairly perpendicular. In the previous recording that I did with this, it picked up audio, but it's fairly muffled. Kind of hard to tell. I cannot for the life of me figure out where the microphone is on this, but once again, I don't know how well this does with extra bright lights, or right next to bright lights. Try and show you a little bit of what I'm talking about, the frame dragging. Move it back and forth. I'm not really moving it that fast, but as I'm sure you can tell, it's got some frame dragging issues. Time will tell. Run it through its paces with some airsoft games. I may even try and attach this to my Real Steel M4 and see how it handles the vibration and the noise. I think I'm about done with my review. I'm going to switch back to my other camera. This is my first video. I hope it turns out half as well as I would like. And like and share if you liked the video. And this is Tech of Stack 82, and catch you guys on flip side.